A great facility, and yes, fantastic name. So very, very cool stuff. All right, as for our weather, things are looking pretty calm for this week. Not unlike what we had last week, but now we don't even have to worry about the fog this time around. And don't worry, I took a check of everything and I didn't see any fog issues at all. So very quiet weather pattern, very normal temperatures. So let's talk a little bit of some space and astronomy because we have a chance to see the northern lights tonight. But I will, again, preface that by saying it's just a chance this time around. Look, so most of the northern states have at least an opportunity to see these northern lights. Of course, you always have to get away from the city lights to give yourself that best chance as you peer towards the northern horizon. The other thing is that I do think it is going to be a fair bit cloudy, especially around Montana, Idaho, and into Washington. But does look like areas in central Washington could fare a little bit better. So why do I say this is a chance as opposed to, a likelihood or a guarantee? Well, looking at some of the imagery of the sun itself in what's called a coronagraph, there was a coronal mass ejection right there. That little explosion coming off of the sun, an X-class flare, which is actually quite strong, and it was pointed in the general vicinity of the Earth. That would be what leads to northern lights. However, the modeling, and yes, it's not just weather modeling, there is space weather modeling of this, was not so certain that we'll get aurora out of this. So it is quite literally a 50-50 chance. By the way, cool imagery here where there are 3 planets that are visible in this coronagraph. And yeah, the moon even makes a little bit of a flyby as well. I just found that really, really neat taking a look at it this morning. Now, the one thing we compete with is the cloud coverage, and it is outright overcast right now. I do think it stays mostly cloudy or overcast all day long. That will keep temperatures actually quite cold, about 31, 33 degrees between Coeur d'Alene and Spokane, even just a high of 29 in Davenport and Deer Park, because that cloud cover just won't loosen its grip on us. Our weather pattern is so quiet it's considered stagnant. We could see small drops in air quality. Monitored that this morning and all the sites were looking good. I think the AQI is 42 last I checked, which is good for Spokane. I see no movement temperature-wise all week long. High temperatures stay in the mid-30s, which is right on the average for January.